Kobayashi Pharmaceutical Company, Limited meeting room. A large group of collateral members of the Kobayashi family and corporate executives are all sitting in distress at this time. Recently, there have been incidents in the group one after another, making everyone present a little nervous. First, the old president died tragically by poisoning, and then the young master was suspected of killing his biological father by poison. However, nervousness turned nervousness, and everyone was still full of expectations for the future. Because they have not been able to deeply participate in the operation of Kobayashi Pharmaceuticals before, let alone deeply intervene and enjoy the profit distribution of Kobayashi Pharmaceuticals, they have always only got some petty profits. It's different now. Now, Masayoshi Kobayashi has become the acting president. He has promised everyone that he will release at least 40% of Kobayashi Pharmaceuticals' profits. If it can be realized, everyone in the room will have an annual income more than 10 times. At this moment, Kobayashi Masayoshi walked into the meeting room with full momentum. Everyone turned their attention to him. In everyone's eyes, he is now the god of wealth for everyone. After entering the door, Masayoshi Kobayashi went straight to the chair of the conference room, and the others stood up respectfully to pay their respects. At this time, without knowing who it was, he said flatteringly, "Welcome the president." Everyone returned to their senses and hurriedly said in unison, "Welcome to the president." After all, warm applause also sounded. Masayoshi Kobayashi felt very comfortable in his heart, and said with a smile, "Don't scream about titles. I'm still the president of Kobayashi Pharmaceutical. If it is passed on, outsiders will gossip." The person who was the first to flatter hurriedly said, "President, in our minds, you are the official president of Kobayashi Pharmaceutical." Kobayashi Masayoshi smiled triumphantly, and then put on a just and awe-inspiring look, and said seriously, "I personally hope that Mr. Jiro can return to Kobayashi Pharmaceutical and take control of Kobayashi Pharmaceutical's overall situation as soon as possible. Before he comes back, I am only temporarily sitting in this position to manage the business for him." After that, he raised his hands and motioned everyone to sit down. After everyone sat down, he said seriously, "Everyone knows that Kobayashi Pharmaceutical can be said to have internal and external troubles. I heard some time ago that a Chinese company called JX Pharmaceutical has launched a Wyzen. This medicine is said to be much more effective than our Kobayashi's Wyzen, but because the company's production capacity is relatively limited, it has not yet been exported to our market." One of them hurriedly said, "My lord, I am going to report this to you. My son-in-law went to China last week and heard about this medicine, so he bought a box of it at a higher price. I tried it yesterday. After a while, I have to say that this medicine is more than a little bit stronger than our Kobayashi Wyzen." Kobayashi Masayoshi said, "If this is the case, then JX Pharmaceutical will very likely become our next mortal enemy." After a pause, Kobayashi Masayoshi continued, "Moreover, our medicine is not as effective as it. If this continues, their output will continue to increase, and our sales will continue to decline. If Kobayashi's Wyzen is in the global market, JX Wyzen will eat, then our revenue will lose most of it." Everyone's expressions were stunned. Kobayashi's Wyzen is the flagship product of Kobayashi Pharmaceutical, and most of its revenue and profits are supported by this medicine. If it is really beaten by JX Wyzen, then Kobayashi Pharmaceutical's vitality will definitely be greatly injured. So someone asked Masayoshi Kobayashi, "President, we can't just wait and die like this. Do you have any good solutions?" Kobayashi Masayoshi said, "There is also a way to deal with it. That is, we must increase investment in drug research and development, and we must quickly upgrade our current products. If our Kobayashi Wyzen can surpass JX in terms of efficacy, stomach market must still be ours." The person in charge of R&D opened the mouth and said, "My lord, if you want to increase investment in R&D, you need a huge budget. The company was sacked of a lot of money some time ago. Can it still afford it now?" Masayoshi Kobayashi said smoothly, "This is what I'm about to tell you. Our current cash flow is not very good. The investment in the production base in Osaka costs a lot, coupled with the previous accidental losses, which leads us to get it now. The funds invested in research and development are already less than 50 million United States dollars, so my idea is to raise a fund as soon as possible, with at least 1 billion USD to upgrade our drug R&D laboratory. When everyone heard that they were going to raise funds, they all sat up straight. Some people asked, "My lord, do you have a suitable financing partner?" Masayoshi Kobayashi nodded and said, before, Chairman Jiro had been negotiating with Mr. Takehiko Ito, the patriarch of the Ito family, about financing. Surely everyone knows about this? Everyone nodded. Jiro has always wanted to take Ito's investment, and even wanted to become Ito's son-in-law. Otherwise he would not spend money to name Nanako in the Sanda competition, which has long been known by Kobayashi Pharmaceutical. Everyone is ready for the marriage between Kobayashi Pharmaceutical and the Ito family. Unfortunately, Jiro disappeared before the marriage was officially advanced. Everyone thought that the cooperation with the Ito family would be terminated, but they did not expect that Masayoshi Kobayashi would now start cooperation with the Ito family. As a result, everyone immediately became interested and asked excitedly, "Sir, don't know what kind of valuation the Ito family can give us?" Masayoshi Kobayashi cleared his throat and said, "Mr. Takehiko Ito of the Ito family is willing to invest 4.5 billion United States dollars in Kobayashi Pharmaceutical at a valuation of 15 billion United States dollars, which will account for 30% of Kobayashi's total shares after the investment." Valued at 15 billion United States dollars? Everyone couldn't help but talk.